I'm Craig Kenneth, a relationship coach and a psychotherapist. Every relationship is different and every breakup is different. Work with me and you'll get professional help on your situation. And if you're in no contact, focused on personal growth, my workbook series, The Knowledge, will help you make changes like you've never made before. Available now at AskCraig.net. Hi there, I'm Coach Craig Kenneth.
And I'm Coach Victoria.
And today we're going to be talking about what is dumper's remorse. Well, you may have heard of buyer's remorse. Mm-hmm. And buyer's remorse is when you buy something, you make a purchase. Oftentimes it's something big.
Right.
And then afterwards you're regretting it. You're like, I don't know if I should have done this. Mm-hmm. And you kind of think about the consequences and maybe the price, and you start to think about all the aspects of the purchase, and you're like, I shouldn't have done it.
Right.
Right? And that's really what it boils down to, is you're like, I shouldn't have got this thing.
Regret.
Well, dumper's remorse is similar in the sense that the person has made the decision to end the relationship, and they probably felt good about it at the time, and maybe even felt separation elation and thought this was the right decision for whatever reason. Mm-hmm. And then in time starts to think about the pros of being in a relationship with you, or mm-hmm. all the good memories you had and the fun times you had together, and they start to regret that.
Exactly. So by the time the dumper experiences dumper's remorse, they are likely experiencing the consequences or the result of the breakup. So that is, now they're suddenly feeling lonely. They're not as supported as they usually are. Mm-hmm. Or the things that have kept them stable, a feeling of security in their life, are now gone. So they've realized that being without a partner or life after the breakup is not what they expected. Mm-hmm. So a big part of buyer's remorse and dumper's remorse is the piece of regret. So they wish that they could go back to the way that things were and the benefits that they had of being in a relationship. They could have also expected the breakup to have gone easier. They could have expected the separation between you and them to be more smooth, for them not to experience this grief and loss of the breakup. So it kind of hits them as a surprise too.
Yeah, it can be a real shock to people mm-hmm. that when they're doing it, they think it's the right thing to do. Mm-hmm. And then afterwards, they're like, I can't believe I feel like this. Yeah. I was feeling trapped. I didn't think this relationship was going anywhere, and I wanted out in the worst way. Mm-hmm. And now that I'm out, I want to get back in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
So, a lot of times what will facilitate a breakup is somebody seeing somebody else in their life that they're feeling attraction to. Mm-hmm. And it's normal to be attracted to other people than the people that you're dating. It's just that they probably start to project fantasies of mm-hmm. who this new person is. That new person makes them feel good, and they want to spend more time with that person. Mm-hmm. They feel connected with that person. And all of those unmet needs and fantasies that they've had suddenly go projecting onto this new person mm-hmm. that they really don't know. But for them, that feeling feels real. It's like they feel like a drug. Like they all of a sudden they feel intoxicated mm-hmm. and exciting and fun. And so until that illusion kind of falls apart that this new person isn't all of those things, and that's what happens most of the time, mm-hmm. that person is not what they expected, that's when they start to have that dumper's remorse and start to think about you more and more.
Exactly. And there's many different factors that do play into dumper's remorse.
Mm-hmm.
Just like Craig said, being with somebody else does
mm-hmm.
affect the level of remorse that they have or regret. Also, the quality of the relationship. Was the relationship satisfying? Was it a good relationship, wholesome? Also, the length of the relationship, that's going to definitely impact the level of regret. If it was a very long relationship with so many good memories and kind of a foundational connection, then that's really going to impact their level of regret also.
Yeah.
So this dumper's remorse happens when they realize that you're truly gone and that you're not waiting for them. So you don't get buyer's remorse if you know that you could easily return the item and get your money back, right? You just have, okay, that was no hassle at all.
Yep.
It is a hassle when you realize you can't and that you're stuck with your decision. And now you're not sure if you have that chance to go back to the way things were. So that's really key in getting an ex back and making your ex feel that dumper's remorse.
Yeah, when you're sending them handwritten letters or good reminder texts, it does not make them feel like that. It just makes them feel like you're still there, you're still available, and there's no real remorse.
Exactly. And you want to make them know that you're not 100% accessible to them at any time. So you can do this by not reaching out to them and making them wonder if you're moving on or if you're not. So that element of insecurity really sparks the anxiety to want to come back and to think, okay, how could things be back to how it was?
Yeah, the anxiety is such a big component of making somebody regret their decision. And each day that passes, while for you, the dumpee feels like an eternity, it may be much slower for the dumper because they, at some point, for a while, they don't think that they've lost you.
Right.
Especially if you did a lot of begging and, manipulating and grand gestures and all that stuff. It takes them longer to get to the point where they're even feeling separation anxiety. But if you're working on the issues and staying strong, essentially at some point, they're likely to feel it because they were attached to you.
Yeah.
Now, there's no guarantees. We can't say that everybody is going to have a shot with their getting their ex back because that's ridiculous. It's just not true. Some people won't hear from their ex again. But that's why we're putting you in a position of strength by focusing on your own issues and learning from your mistakes. And, either your ex comes back and they see you and you think dumper's remorse is going to set in when they see how much you've changed. Yeah, it's going to make a big difference.
Exactly.
If you look like you are just as, struggling, if you're struggling the same way that you were during the breakup and they come back and you start begging and trying to manipulate and your life doesn't look any different, yeah, they're not going to regret it. They're going to take a look and say, it's just not working. But if you feel very different and you're more confident, you're more understanding, you've learned a lot of the things that we teach, your mental health is improved, maybe you're improving your social life or your career, they're of course going to take another look at it and be a lot more likely to feel like, maybe I made a mistake.
Exactly. And this is a huge point because you want your ex to experience not only the loss of you, but the loss of who you're becoming and the amazing potential that you have in you right now. Another addition to this is that we are different from buyer's remorse in the fact that people are not objects. People are not, it's not like a lawnmower or a new bike or a PS5. We have emotions.
Oh, those are pretty nice.
Those are nice. But we are emotional and we are multidimensional and complex and have this connection that can't be recreated with objects. Many people try. There's many robots out there. AI is coming out. But the point is that, you were once special to your ex, and that bond really is the thing that's on the table at the moment. And I don't think some of you realize how valuable that is and how valuable that was and how valuable that can be. So I really wanted to instill hope with that.
It's so true because when you have a real life connection with somebody, it's meaningful and they'll likely remember you for the rest of their life.
Yeah.
I'm sure many of you could think back to people that you dated 10, 20, some of you 30, 40 years ago. And look at those memories and how they impacted you. And sometimes we even hear people coming back after 30 years saying, I wish I hadn't have ended things. And I've thought about you for all this time, for many, many years. So it's absolutely possible that your ex will have dumper's remorse, and we want you to be in the best position for them to experience that by minimizing, the mistakes. And, if they come back, you want to take it slow.
Yes.
Because many times your ex is now anxious over losing you. And you want to be careful that they don't quickly get you back and don't really experience that consequence of, having left you. Like, in other words, they come right back and you're like there with open arms, please take me back, take me back. No, you got to look at it from a healthy perspective of, yeah, I've had some time to think about things, and these were some of the things that I would like to have different too if we get back together. That you're not just all in. It shows your worth if you're not so willing to jump back with somebody that was quick to walk away from you.
Exactly. Very well said. But it's true. People do value what they work for and what they invest into. So you don't want to have your ex come back and think that, boom, it's easy, it's back to how it was, because a breakup did happen and we can't ignore that.
Yeah.
So do take caution in getting back with your ex and do take things slowly.
Yeah, you want to start healthy, and it wouldn't be healthy for you to rush back with them. Okay, so hopefully you found this video helpful. Of course, if you want to get my help personally, you can do that on my website, askcraig.net. Sign up for the coaching option that works best for you. I do email coaching and I do Skype. Coach Margaret is available for Skype coaching. And of course, Coach Victoria will continue to train with us.
I'll be here.
But that's it for this video. I'm Coach Craig Kenneth.
I'm Coach Victoria.
And we will talk with you soon. To get my help personally, go to askcraig.net and click on Schedule Coaching and choose the option that works best for you. I do email coaching or Skype. To schedule a coaching with Margaret, click on Margaret on the top of the page and order a Skype with her. For the Knowledge Creative Healing course, click on the link at the top of the page and click Get Started Now.